What's going on here in the Tampa Bay housing market right now? Hi there, I'm Kaitlyn. I'm a real estate agent right here in the Tampa Bay area, and I'm here to tell you what the market has done and what it's looking like right here, right now in January of 2024. Let's take a look. So here is, as you see, December of 2023 statistics. Again, this is Stellar MLS's full statistics, and it covers about 20 something counties over most of Florida. So it's a very broad look at what markets are doing here in most of the state of Florida, essentially. Now we will go a little bit deeper and go a little narrower and look at specifically Hillsborough County, which is where Tampa is. So stay tuned for that, please. So you see here we have active listings. We have 51,599 active listings in December of 2023, which is actually down 2% from November, where we had 52,000. Now, again, this is really telling of the holidays. It's usually what happens during the holidays from October, November, and December. Things slow down a little bit because a lot of people just don't want to be bothered by that or worry about all of that in the middle of all the holiday festivities and things like that. So it's not anything too concerning. Now we actually are up though for December versus last December of 2022, which is actually really good news. Things seem to be picking up a little bit more, and things are actually a lot better looking than they were in 2022, or people are seeing things a little bit more positively than they did in 2022, which is fantastic. Now, new listings are very, very similar. We are down in December from November, but we are up from last December of 2022, which is fantastic again. And then pending sales is actually a little bit different. We are down actually from November, but we are also down just a little bit from December. So maybe a little less people were still interested in shopping and doing this and doing that during the holidays than last year. I mean, it's only 1%, so I mean, it's a very, very small number, but in the grand scheme of things, we did go down. So that is, a little different there. Next up, we have listings sold. From December of 2023, from November of 2023, we're actually up about 2%, which is fantastic, honestly. Like I said, during the holidays, things do kind of slow down a little bit. Not everybody wants to be worrying about all of that with all of the holiday festivities going on, but you did have those serious buyers or serious sellers, and actually both, that are saying, hey, yes, we are ready to sell the house and get new people in there, or whatever the case may be on that end. So that's really good. Though we are a little bit down from December of 2022 when it comes to listings sold, which is interesting because of the pending sales being different. It's very fascinating, honestly, this whole row when it comes to December versus November and December versus last December. So in our next row, we have our ADOM, which stands for Average Days on Market, which for December of 2023, again, for all of our coverage area, which is like 20-something counties here in Florida, it is 48, which is actually up about 12% from November, where it was 43 average days on market, which is a bit of a jump, but still not way concerning. We are getting a little bit closer to more of an even market. It is less of like that crazy seller's market where you'd put a house on the market and suddenly it had 10 offers in the first 3 days or whatever. So we just aren't seeing that anymore, generally at least. And things are sitting a little bit longer. So we just have to plan a little differently when trying to sell your house. And the buyers do have a little bit more of an advantage because they don't have to literally drop everything they're doing to go and see a house to try to put in an offer on it that meets their criteria. We are up a little bit, or actually 20% from December of 2022 as well. But actually, when you're looking at that amount, we aren't going up like that's only about a week or a little over a week in days on the market. So it's not going crazy. Nothing's going wackadoodle or anything like that right now in our market. Again, this being as broad as it is, we're going to take a deeper look at the Tampa stats and Hillsborough County stats because that's the area that I cover mostly. And we'll just kind of see how that compares to these as well. So next up on our list is total sales volume. It is up actually to 5.8 billion. That's up about 3% from November, where it was 5.6 billion, which again is a small jump. That's just the volume, the total amounts of money that's been spent on buying homes and selling homes and everything. So it's up a little bit. That could be factors from prices going up a little bit, or it could just be there were some higher ticket homes that sold. That could be the simple reasoning for this, especially at such a small number. We don't know exactly what those factors are. Next up is our average sales price. Now remember, this is pretty broad, but it is up a little bit, just 1% from November to December at 467,548, which again, small jump. Things still are climbing just a tiny bit, but also take into consideration that there could be some bigger ticket homes. There could be some $1 million homes that were sold or things like that, maybe a little bit more of that than the smaller homes and everything to kind of bring that average sales price up. So don't fret too much if you're worried about those prices that keep climbing and everything. This is not a huge jump. This is not too much of a concern at this point in time, at least. Next thing we have is months of inventory. So for December of 2023, we have 4.1 months of inventory. Now what that means is that we had about 4.1 months of inventory of homes that were on the market. If no more homes came on the market, that's how long it would take for them all to sell. So I hope that kind of gives you an idea of what exactly that means and what that's looking like and everything. So we were at 3.6 in November, and we are up to 4.1 in December, which again kind of puts us a little more at an even sellers versus buyers market. We're not, again, seeing that craze that we did previously. And so it's good. It's good if you're a buyer at least and, want to take your time, make sure it is the right home for you and not trying to get into all of these bidding wars and everything. Now, I'm not saying that these bidding wars aren't happening, but it is a lot less likely to happen with the kind of inventory that we have right now. So next, I'm going to go to the next tab that I have here, which is the stats that I pulled up that are a little more specific here to Hillsborough County, so that we can take a deeper look here at the Tampa area for sure. Okay, so here we have our days to sell average and our average sales price. And again, this is for residential homes here in the state of Florida, but more specifically here in Hillsborough County. Again, these are just residential homes. So homes, not commercial properties, not land, not rentals. All of that is not included in these statistics. This is literally just looking at a home that you are going to buy or sell, or whatever the case may be on that end. Like not land, not commercial buildings, not any of that. So this is a very clear look at what things are looking like here in the Tampa Bay area, specifically Hillsborough County. So you see our days to sell on average in February of 2023 was 51. We went up to 52, 48, 41, came back down. Now you will see the trend here. And if you look back at previous market reports, you will see the trend really showing how, during the winter months, things are a little slower and everything. But then in the spring, as we see here, it came down April, May, June, July, August. Everything it really picks up from the spring and into the summer and everything. So things are a little crazier then. As you see, the average days to sell were lower. And then we actually had our average sales price was up a little bit then as well. Now it is looking like for December. Now don't I forgot to mention, but don't look at January's numbers because we are in January right now. So these numbers are definitely very likely to change, maybe totally different when we look at them next month. Once everything's in and everything, then they look like right now. So just take that all with a grain of salt. So again, we went up actually in December to $512,000 as an average sales price from 501, 478. And we were at about 45 days to sell on average here in Hillsborough County, which again, isn't crazy. It's a little more reminiscent of, the more even market. So it is, again, we're not looking at all that crazy anymore. Now, again, these are averages. So some homes, if they're not priced correctly, or if there is some kind of crazy thing about them, might take longer. And then there's some homes where if it's priced right, it's a beautiful home, just ready to move in and everything, it might go immediately. But this is average what we're looking at when it comes to, selling homes here in Hillsborough County. If you want to know more information about any of this, or want to sit down and talk about your situation, whether you need to buy or sell or both, or are looking to invest, please go ahead and give me a shout. I would love to sit down and chat with you and just see what everything looks like. Get a plan in place, whether you need to go ahead and sell soon or you want to buy in a year or two, or again, whatever the case may be, I would love to sit down and chat with you about what your options are and what you can expect. So there you have it. That is my interpretation of the stats and statistics that we have from our stellar MLS coverage area and here in Hillsborough County a little more detailed for the real estate market, again, for the end of 2023. Please subscribe to this channel if you found this valuable and if you'd like to know more about the Tampa area, especially for you and your fur babies. And check out this playlist right here for more market reports from previous months.